Watch and learn how to paint a tree with a Swedish look like this. I'm Kathy with GoodsonVintage Treasures, and welcome to my channel. Carnival Red, White Swan, layered chocolate, and I have mixed up some paint frosting, and I'll tell you about this. So let's get busy. Okay, here's my little tree, and the first thing I'm going to do, and I know this sounds weird, but I'm going to use my layered chocolate, and I'm going to mix it, and I've got an empty, an old empty container. You could use decrepit, dark and decrepit, but mine was dried completely empty, so you can't use that. I'm going to water it down. It's got the layered chocolate in it, and I'm going to use it like stain. And that's why I have the gloves on, because I'm going to make a mess. And it's got a lot of ins and outs, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have layered chocolate in here. I have a wet washcloth, an old washcloth, that I'm going to use to wipe it down. And I have some baby wipes if I need that. And I'm going to start by I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to use it like stain. So we're going to do one side first, and then the other side, and then we'll do the edges. Layered chocolate's a nice chocolatey brown. I know this looks weird, but I'm going to put white and red on it, so it's going to look pretty. Once I have the piece all covered in the layered chocolate that's been watered down, I'll take a damp rag and I'll wipe it back so it's like stain. Each section, or some of the sections, I'm going to paint it red. And then I'm going to go back over it and put some designs on it. And I'm just painting the front side of it here. I'm not going to be painting the edges because that's too hard. Don't make your work harder than it needs to be. Isn't that Carnival Red a pretty red? If you have not tried DIY paint, I paint in my studio in my basement. My husband has allergies, and this paint never bothers him. He never smells it. He never complains. When I used other brands before I used DIY, he always complained. He said, I can't stand that odor. I can't stand that odor. This never has an odor. If you even smell this, it kind of smells like, okay, dirt. If you smell anything, it smells a little bit like dirt because it's clay-based. It has no VOCs. It's full of pigment. That's what gives this rich color. That's why I can paint this one time and I don't have to worry about painting over it again. All right, I'm going to skip this one, and I'm going to go up to this one and do the same thing. Now I'm using white swan to paint the other limbs. You can buy all the paint you've seen here at GoodsonVintageTreasures.com. Next, I created a little snowflake with just making cross lines and then joined the little snowflake pieces on it. And I'm going to outline each little branch on this curvy tree with the white swan. I'm going to do the same type thing with the red, just making up a design as I go with little swirls. And I think on this part down here, let me see if I can hold it where you can see it. On this little stand part is a good place to put a bunch of snow. I made the thicker snow paint using the new DIY paint frosting. It's just a drip into your paint, and I mean a small drip, and it will thicken your paint. I like to do this the night before I use it. It needs about 12 hours to thicken, although it will start thickening pretty quick. You want to use just a little bit. This little bottle will do 5 quarts. You pour it in your paint, mix your paint, and enclose it so you're ready to use it the next day. The paint frosting is available at GoodsonVintageTreasures.com. It can also be used to stencil with, to make raised stencils. Here I am applying it to the bottom of the tree to give it texture. And here's the finished tree. You can create a tree like this using these simple steps. You can buy all the DIY paint you've seen here at GoodsonVintageTreasures.com. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Goodson Vintage Treasures and hit that little bell so you'll get reminders when I post another video.